Hofan, it's so great to see you. Thanks for coming down and visiting us.
Great to be here.
I've always wanted to sit down and chat with you about your creation, the Thumbport for flutists, and I'd like to know a little bit about the background of its creation. So how did it come to be?
Yes, first of all, I want to thank you for the opportunity to introduce my invention.
My pleasure.
When I started learning the flute, I didn't have any instruction, so for many years I was self-taught. I practiced prolonged hours. Because of that, I injured my right pinky. Then later on, because of a bicycle accident, I injured my left pinky. Because of these injuries, they prevented me from prolonged practices later on in my life, the study of flute. That was the first part of the reason. Then in year 2000, I moved to Cleveland, which is very close to the Oberlin College. Mr. Michel Debost, taught there, and he was very kind to invite me to his master classes, so I attended many of them. In attending these master classes, I realized there was one repeated theme, which was the stability of flute. And how it helped players a lot through his instructions. Then I realized that there was also some products in the market dealing with the stability of flute, and I have different ideas. So I sat down and thought about it, and in about 6 months' time I came up with the Thumbport.
So Hofan, you solved a lot of these stability issues with the flute by introducing the Thumbport, but a few years later you introduced the Thumbport II. What was that all about?
The Thumbport, when it started, it had a very flexible, adjustable range. Later on, I thought that without proper instruction, some people might put it on with too high of an angle. So I started thinking and then made the Thumbport II. The Thumbport II starts with a suggested angle, which is lower than the Thumbport when you push it against the flute rib. With some instructions, you could also make it behave exactly like a Thumbport I.
So tell me about the Fingerport. What was the idea behind that, and how does that work together with the Thumbport?
The flute, being a tubular instrument, just like any round object, if you put on a flat surface, it starts to roll with the least amount of push. When the flute anchors on our left index finger, it has the same effect. Any small movement on our left hand will make the flute roll. So I invented a flat surface, a flat object that can be attached to the flute, so we can push it in the right direction or the proper direction that the player wants to stop rolling, or at least to reduce the rolling.
Hofan, it's been a great pleasure to sit down and talk with you about the Thumbports and Fingerports, and I congratulate you on their success. I know there's a lot of flute players in the world that are certainly very grateful to have them on their instruments, and thankful that you developed them. So congratulations, and we'll be looking forward to seeing what's next.
The pleasure is all mine.